If you click on the link in the email that we've sent you, you should come to this page. The email should also contain a license key that you can enter into this first field and then click Verify Purchase. The next thing you want to do is create a free Cloudinary account. The free tier of this account should be enough for a medium-sized blog, and this account is purely used for holding your images. So simply go ahead and enter your details into this sign up form. Firstly enter your name, then your email address. Choose a password that you will make a note of and remember. Select your primary interest, country, and then you can click I'm not a robot and click Create an account. Now you will get an email asking you to verify the account. So I've just copied and pasted the link from that email into this page just to keep me on this screen, and this will then take you to your Cloudinary dashboard. Now this dashboard has all the information that you need to fill out the installation page. So if we go back to our installation page, we can see that it's asking us for a Cloudinary API key. So if we copy to clipboard and then come back to this form and paste that key in, then we can copy to clipboard our API secret and paste that in to that field there. And then we just need our cloud name now, so we can double click that, then copy, come back here and paste that into our Cloudinary cloud name. So that has everything now that we need, so we can click on the Deploy to Heroku button. And this will take us to a Heroku account sign up form, which again is a free account. So fill this sign up form out as well. And then click I'm not a robot and create free account. Again, we need to confirm the account, so just click on the link in your email or paste it into a web browser, and then that will ask us to choose a password. So type in a password that you will remember, and then click Set Password and log in. So we just need to accept the terms and conditions, and that will take us to the Heroku dashboard. But at this point we actually want to go back to our install form and then click Deploy to Heroku again, and this time, because we have an account, this will take us to this page. And this is pre-filled with the information we have already put in, but we still need to specify an app name. So this would be something that would be related to your blog. So my blog is going to be Board of Games, so I'm going to call it BOG-backend, standing for Board of Games Backend, and then click Deploy App. So if you scroll down, you will see the progress of the installation, and this is installing a database that will hold all your information, all your blogging information. So this may take a few minutes. I've forward winded it a bit, but when that's finished, click Manage App, and this should show something along these lines where it says build has succeeded. Then we click on Open App, and this will take you to this screen, but you need to put in a /admin on the end. And now we can set up a Strapi account, and Strapi is the content management system which will help you set up your blog. So again, put in yet another password that you will remember, and click Let's Start. And so this is now the heart of your blog, and this is where we can start setting up the blog content. So the first thing we want to do is choose a favicon for our blog page. So I've got one here that I'm dragging and dropping in. And it's a good idea to just check this link here to make sure that this has uploaded to the Cloudinary account. So if you click on that button, and we'll just paste it in a new tab, and it should somewhere in there say cloudinary.com, and that means the Cloudinary is successfully set up and is holding the images for our blog. So our site name is Board of Games, and we're just going to keep the meta title Board of Games as well, which is for SEO. And we want a meta description in here as well for SEO, search engine optimization. This is what Google will see. So if we, I've just pasted in a description in there of our Board of Games blog. And then I'm just dropping in a share image here, which will be used for things like Twitter cards if you share content of your blog. And then if we click Save, and we set up the global part of our blog, so now we can set up our home page. And this can actually be a copy of the global, so I'm going to just keep it the same, and again the meta description I will keep the same, and I will use the same share image as well. So click the Save button to save the home page changes, and now we're ready to input our first article. So click on Articles, and then Add New Article, and I'm going to paste in some pre-prepared information. So I'm going to do an article on Gloomhaven, so I'm pasting in the title of Gloomhaven, a description, and just some lorem ipsum content. I'm going to choose a published at date, change the status from draft to published, check my slug, which is Gloomhaven, which is fine, and then I'm going to drag and drop an image of the game. And click Finish, and then click Save. Now I'm going to input a writer, so add new writer, and I'm just going to put myself in as a writer. And just choose an existing picture for the moment. Put in my email address, position, and you can also enter your LinkedIn profile, URL, and a biography if you like. And then click Save. And then I can say which articles I've written in the article drop down, then click Save again. Now we need to go into settings to do a one-time setup in here. So we need to make some things public. So if we click on Roles and Public and go down to Permissions, and we need to tick Count, Find One, and Find for every one of our tables. And there's some tables that only have a find, so that's fine. Click that, and just make sure that Count, Find One, and Find are ticked in all these tables. Once that is done, then we can click Save. So now we need to copy the address of our backend. So this is bog-backend.herokuapp.com. So whatever you've called yours up there, copy that. And this is what gets pasted in this bottom field here. So if we paste in that, then we're ready to deploy to Netlify. And this will ask us to connect to GitHub, but we don't have a GitHub account, so we need to go back and set up a free GitHub account. So let's do that now. So if we click the sign up button there and choose ourselves a username, and then input our email address, a password that we'll need to remember, then we need to solve a very difficult puzzle to prove that we're a human, and then click Create Account. So now we can go back and click Connect to GitHub. But now it's telling us that we haven't verified our email address, so that's we definitely need to check our email at this point and verify our email address. So I'm going to paste the link that I've got in my email into here, so that has verified my GitHub account now, and I can come back here and again click connect to GitHub, and this time it's happier, and I want to click on the green authorized Netlify button, and then just make sure that we're happy with the name there, which we should just keep like that, that's fine, and that we have the right backend address, and then click save and deploy. So that will now take us to this screen, and we can see that site deploy is in progress, and then down the bottom there you can see we have starting up, and then eventually that will turn to published, and we can now take a look at our new blog. So we need to click on the link that finishes with .netlify.app. So if we click on that, we can now see our new blog with the one article that we've written on Gloomhaven. So we're almost done now, but we actually need to do one more thing, which is we need to tell the front end anytime that we change something in the back end that the front end needs to regenerate the blog. So we do that under deploys. So if we click on deploys and then we click on deploy settings, and if we scroll down we need build hooks. So if we click on that and we want to copy this address here, and then if we go back to Strapi and under settings, if we choose webhooks and then add new hook, and then we can call this anything that we want to call it, but something like Netlify hook will be fine. And then paste in our URL, and then we just need to say when we want to regenerate our front end, and that's whenever we make an entry, whether we create, delete, update, publish, unpublish. So make sure those are all ticked and then click save. And now if we add a new article, so let's add another article now. So I'm going to paste in again some article on a board game, this time Catan. And again some lorem ipsum. For the content. And then just to show you that you can actually format the content, you can select some text and press B to bolden it, and you can switch into preview mode if you want to see what that will look like. And I can specify an author here, so I'm going to specify myself as the author. Again, I'm going to specify a published at date. Again, remember to change status to published, otherwise the blog will not show up. I'm going to drag and drop in an image. Then click finish. And then let's actually put an image in our content as well, just to show that working. So if you click on the image icon, and again I'm going to add more assets and drag and drop another image in, and then upload that asset to the library, click finish, and that will insert the image into our content, and we can preview it like so. And now if we click save, what will happen is that that webhook will now tell our front end it needs to build. So if we go back to site overview, we can actually see that it's automatically building our front end so that it can show the changes we've made. And you can actually look at the build log if you want to see a lot of text scrolling by that probably won't mean much to anyone. So that will probably take a couple of minutes to rebuild the front end. And now we can see that our site is live, and so we should be able to click on Board of Games and do a refresh, and we can see that our second article is showing in our blog. So the last thing I want to show you is our subscription form working. So in our subscribe to our newsletter, we can type in a name and email and then click subscribe. And at the bottom there you'll see subscription success. And we can see who subscribed to our newsletter by coming in here and going to the Forms tab, and as you can see that tells us we have one form collecting data, and we can click on contact and you can see that our new subscriber is listed in there with their name and email address. You may want to check out my custom domain video next, which shows you how to create your own custom domain.